If your industrial brand looks exactly how it did 5 years ago, then you need an update. Let me show you what matters the most. What's up, guys? I've been in the manufacturing space for the past 23 years and I own an industrial marketing agency. So every day we are working with industrial manufacturing brands. And oftentimes when they become new clients, I'm like, dude, you guys have been doing the same type of brand for the last decade or more. Do you want to change? And usually the answer is yes, we do. But oftentimes they have never come across the company that is willing to make those changes. And when I say change, I'm not talking about, let's go through and redo the brand as far as like colors and all of that traditional stuff, right? I'm talking about the look, the feel, the vibe, the culture, the way that public views you. What's the perception to your target demographic? I'm talking about that type of branding, what you guys are all about and what you want to be known for. So we have a little bit of experience doing this for the past 8 years with some massive companies and even some smaller ones. And we just go through a very simple process. The first thing is pick a target and set a goal. And what I mean by pick a target and set a goal, pick a target meaning revenue-wise. What are you looking to do in the marketplace? Are you looking to increase your market share in a specific industry? Are you looking to have a goal of being the top person that supplies parts to this industry? But you have to start with some sort of goal. You can't just say, I want to be known as badass, or I want to be known as this. You have to say, this is what I want people to think of when they see us. This is what I want people to know us for, because that's going to trickle down and is going to tell you exactly what you need to do in the other steps. But first, pick that goal, set that target. It could be you want to be the biggest plastics, metals, robotics integrated distributor, whatever, in a specific region, in a specific industry, in the entire country, in the entire world. Be lofty with these goals, because that is what you have to do. You cannot set some micro goals. So be lofty, set some macro goals, and say, this is what I want us to be. The next step is going to be looking at what is the look and the feel you want to be perceived about your company. Are you going after, we're the experts, we're the smartest people in the room, we've got a team of 35 engineers, we can handle all these challenges? Or are you looking for a little bit more edgy, grungy, like, dude, we're just badass and we just get things done and we do it quickly and we do what we say we're gonna do and we deliver on time and all that. And you have to pick out the tone of what you want it to be, because first you set this goal and they should kind of align together. If you're like, I want to be the biggest plastics company in this space of automotive or of appliance or something like that, then your tone should not be like super edgy, badass, grungy. It should be fit the value proposition that you have. If you have a lot of engineers, then you go down one path, but you have to pick that look and feel to match with the goals, because there's nothing worse than having somebody say, yeah, we just want to, own this space a little bit or be very soft, and then they say, oh, but the look and feel we want it to be badass and grungy, and then when it comes to actually delivering on that and creating the content, they just don't match up, right? People talking, the way that they say things, the type of content they're going to create isn't going to match up with the previous two steps. So pick that look and feel and be, again, lofty with this. Look at the competition in the space, look at some possible gaps. If everybody's doing the same thing, being like, we've got the biggest team of engineers and we're the smartest people and we can handle any project, then you want to be different and stand out. Even if you have that, you can touch on it, but you want to change the perception and be different, because that is how you're gonna get attention. The third thing is gonna be create content consistently. This is the key. You can have the best brand, you can have the best graphics, colors, all of your stuff can be so smart. You're like, my colors are green and blue because this is what it means and this is what it makes people feel, and my logo is like this and it's the latest way to do logos and we're not doing gradient anymore and all of this stuff. But then if nobody knows about it, it doesn't even matter. No brand is built and known based on what it looks like. It's based on what people actually do to put that brand in front of people, and then do they deliver on what their goals and their vision is. So you have to create content, put some resources behind this. Most industrial companies are not gonna have the internal resources. For those that don't, hit us up at mfgtribe.com and we will come and take it all over for you, whether it's written content or video, whether it's graphical posts, social, all of that stuff. But you have to say, I need to commit to this. You cannot just create one 4-minute company overview video, which those of you that follow this YouTube channel know that I talk about that a lot. You have to create a lot of pieces of video content and push them out on a regular weekly basis. You have to write articles to tell Google that you are, from an SEO standpoint, an expert in the space. You also have to create articles that will provide value to your customers. Give them a calculator, a book, an ebook, some sort of guide for designs, all of those things. But it all starts with creating content. So you have to say, it's either gonna be written content or it's gonna be video content, but here's our plan. or just pick an agency like us. We'll take care of all that for you, plus posting it, delivering it, and all of that. That is a lot of times why people come to us, because we are the content experts in the industrial and manufacturing space. But make that commitment, draw that line in the sand, saying, this year, for the next 6 months, for the next 12 months, I'm going to focus on rebuilding my brand, changing the look and feel of it, partnering with somebody that's going to do that, and committing all the financial resources and people resources behind it to say, this is important to me, this is what I'm going to do moving forward, and I'm going to do it for 12 months, and I promise you that you will see a massive improvement if you work with an agency like ours. The last thing is going to be put that content on platforms that actually get attention. This is not something where you just put on your website. You have to look at it and say, I've already got existing traffic to my website. Where do I want to put this content? They're coming to my website, I've got a new website, and it's got the look and the feel, but then I need content there to back up, to say on video, through written articles, through papers, through case studies, that we know what we're doing, and we are the leaders in this space, and we are the experts. But if you just bury it on pages that most people don't go to, that's not going to matter. So look at your top 10 most landed on pages in Google Analytics, your top 10 most visited pages in Google Analytics. Start there with those pages. There's going to be some overlap there, so it's going to not be 20 pages. It's going to be a total of probably like 14, 15 total between those two reports. Put content on those pages first, because they'll get the most attention, and spread it out throughout the page. Don't just bury it at the bottom, because most people don't scroll down there. Put some at the top, like videos, some articles, do some pop-ups, things like that. You already have traffic going to your website, put the content on there. Now, when it comes to getting new traffic to your website, this is where organic on social, posting to LinkedIn 5 times a week, maybe even multiple times a day a week, maybe it's 10 times a week, twice a day for 5 days, where you're posting articles, videos, graphics, internal pictures, little fun stuff, because you want people to know your company for something. The only way they're going to do that is if you actually show them and actually talk about it. And this is where industrial companies typically fail, because they're like, oh, we're going to do it for a month. We're going to, our marketing person going to take some pictures, highlight an employee, do some quick B-roll footage, like a panning shot of the manufacturing plant or something like that, or next to a machine. They do it once, they do it twice. It then violates the rule of going consistently with it. And they just throw it up there, and people are like, oh, this is cool, but then they don't keep doing it. That's where partnering with an agency really helps, but you want to put it onto a platform where people are paying attention to. If you're selling and marketing to engineers, purchasing, and operations people, that is the best and fastest way to get in front of them, is going to be organically through LinkedIn. Now, if they want to organically search for you, if they search for something that you do, then they will come to your website. You've already put the content on your website, that's great. Then you go over to YouTube. Let's say they're on YouTube and they search something. You want to show up, so you need to have your content hosted on YouTube. Then you want to put it in front of them faster than when they're searching organically, because you're not ranking, so now you've got to run ads. Google search ads. You should be running retargeting ads to where if they visit your website, they're gonna see your stuff as they go throughout the internet and go to other places, at least for 30 days. But you want to put it in front of them to draw them back in to see, do they have a problem and you have the solution for it? Are they looking for the service that you have or the product that you have? The only way to do that is continuously put content in front of them on a regular basis in the platforms that get attention. Send them emails, make phone calls, go to trade shows. Those are really the top ones. And honestly, direct mail has been making its comeback for the last couple of years. Now, if COVID affected the target demographic you're going after, you don't even know if they're in the office, but a small budget of $500,000, design up a quick direct mail piece, send it out to them, and see, do people respond to it? Do they go to a QR code, visit your website, type something in, or visit a specific page in your website, so you can say like, that direct mail thing worked. But that's really the main ways to look at it. Now, when you're going through this, you have to audit on a weekly, monthly basis and make micro adjustments to your strategy based on what's working and what isn't, because all of your industries are slightly different, and all of your industries and verticals and who you're going after are going to be slightly different. So what works for an engineer across the board isn't going to be as drastic as an engineer in aerospace versus automotive versus medical versus appliance. They're going to be roughly about the same as far as how to get their attention, but little micro differences based on the company, their setup, how often they're going on platforms and social and searching. That's like at an individual level, but you can say in general, engineers will respond well to this type of content on these types of platforms, and this is how I can get in front of them. And as long as you know that, go in with your best foot forward, make micro adjustments based on what works and what doesn't. then you're good to go. But the key is that most industrial manufacturing companies have not changed their brand. I mean, we've gone through it with videos with clients where we say, okay, you've been doing videos for the last 3 years on and off. The look and the feel is a little bit boring from my take. Is that how you guys want it to be perceived? And they're like, no, we don't want it to look like that. Well, why does that video like that? Well, the video people said that that's what the market likes. I mean, people are going to respond to a tone however they're going to respond to it. There's like no one best way of doing it. If you want to be known as a company that is like light and airy and fluffy and elevator music, that's fine. But if that's what you want, then do that. But if you're trying to go after something a little bit more badass, leader, faster pace, grungy type thing, and you want to be making sure that your music matches that and don't just take one person's advice from it saying like, well, but this guy told me that wouldn't be best. Who cares? It's your brand, it's your company. If you want to be known for something, put your line in the sand and say, this is what I want to be known for. Whatever we need to do to get attention around this is what I'm willing to do, and make sure all across the board, videos, articles, website, graphics, social presence, your backdrop, your display stuff at trade shows, all of it matches to that. Because the worst thing is like, oh, check out my cool website, but then everything else flops and is a different type of brand. Make it all look the same. Again, people spend too much time on the colors, the looks, the logos, all this stuff. Who cares at the end of the day? Because that means nothing. What means is your performance, what you say on camera, what your people say on camera, that's what matters the most. So make sure that that area is locked in and don't get too drawn into making sure that your colors and your font size and all that stuff, while it's important, don't spend too much precious time on that. Just focus on, dude, we gotta get this thing going. We wanna be badass, we wanna be fluffy, we wanna be super smart and intelligent and using the best technology and all that stuff. Put that out there, make sure all your content follows it, and dominate in that marketplace. Hopefully you guys got value out of the content. Share it with one person that you know. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got over 800 videos. And by the time you're watching this, it's probably gonna be over 1,000 on YouTube. I give away all of our tips, tricks, secrets for free on every platform. Go over to LinkedIn, hit the follow button for me on LinkedIn. Follow our company page too. We post different stuff on our company page, a little bit behind the scenes, a little bit from the rest of the team that are experts in their fields that are showing stuff. And follow us. If you like podcasts, head over to every major podcast platform, type in my name. You could search industrial sales and marketing. It'll pop up. All of our longer form videos are on there if you want to listen to it while you cut the grass. And we will see you on the next one.